on Facebook earlier doing a live. Decided to come to YouTube and do it. Yeah, I did. I don't know why I don't do Instagram lives. I just signed up with WhatsApp. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. My man got me to sign up with it. But even over here, I'm thanking Heavenly for the opportunity to be able to see you guys. I just found out I can't use the non-dairy creamers anymore, man. I was getting used to them joints, man. Them joints are good, man. The international joints. And it's surprising that it's healthy as, and not as they claim to be. They are healthy. As healthy as First Watch is about their food and everything. I'm surprised they would have something in there with some ingredients. I heard of calcium before, sodium calcium, that kind of like mimics dairy, but it's not good for you. So I probably that's why my cholesterol is a little high, because maybe I've been drinking a little bit too much of them joints. I like pouring them in there, man. I pour them in my coffee now. So heaven willing, I'm gonna enjoy my last bit, and I was gonna carry my own coconut milk with me. So wherever I go somewhere, whether it's First Watch or whatever, I'll have my own coconut milk, and bada bing, bada boom, I'll be popping off on the coconut milk action, and I don't have to worry about using the International Delights. It's so good, man, with the hazelnut and all this stuff. Oh, just delicious, and the vanilla. But man, again, trying to keep myself healthy, man, and trying to keep my heart healthy and do the best I can doing that. So I'm not going to be putting stuff in my body that, I had to look it up. I finally decided to look it up. Some said, look up, man, and see, even though this is a dairy substitute, is this really good? And man, all them joints came up like, nah, dog, leave that alone, dog. You don't want that, dog. So now I know. So what y'all up to? Okay, go out here and do my executive limo in the day. Hopefully I give me some tips and get enough tips that tomorrow I can treat myself to a good salmon somewhere. That's right. I'm a vegan. I don't care what you say. I'm gonna eat a salmon every now and then. I've been craving a good salmon. And usually I go to Scoogies. Scoogies don't open again till Wednesday, so it won't be no Scoogies salmon tomorrow. But there will be, heaven willing, a place open tomorrow. I might go to Harvest Grill. Harvest Grill probably have a good glazed salmon, Atlantic salmon. No, none of that farm raised pellet fed stuff. Do you know them doggone salmon be eating each other? They get hungry. They don't get no food. They just start eating each other off. They start biting off each other's bodies, biting off bodies of the other fish. Oh, that's nasty. So anyway, I want to pop off. I want to give me a good salmon tomorrow, heaven willing. So go out here today and make my hustle. Get back home. Get back in that studio, man. See, today I did most of the songs on YouTube last night. So I can go back to YouTube, listen to some songs, maybe during my break, and try to come up with some words, even though I didn't bring a tablet with me. Usually I carry my tablet when it's time to start writing lyrics. So, hooks or whatever. Start with the hook, then I'll start writing the lyrics and the verses. But I didn't bring a tablet. I should have brought my book with me. I'll find something to write on. I'll write on a napkin. You know what I mean? But thank y'all for stopping by and checking me out. And we're going to pop off and do some executive chauffeuring today. I have to pick up someone in College Town. I think I've been to this guy's house before. Shall I say this client's house? I think I've been out here before and I got lost. I made the wrong turn. He had a little funny about it. And then we got up to Newark. I kind of got lost up there a little bit. It's easy to get lost in Newark and all this stuff, man. You make the wrong turn because it brings you into the airport, then takes you back out of the airport, and then it brings you back in the airport. But I like Newark. I like Philly, too. I'm starting to get used to Philly. I'm starting to how to get around and stuff like that. But I got to drop this guy off, and then I just got to go and find something to do for a couple hours and wait for another client to come in and then bring him back to Willow Grove. Done for the day. I'm just out for a 2-piece hitter quitter. But I think these are high-end clients. So that means I might get a really, really good tip. You know what I mean? Might get a really, really good tip. I was saying in my other video on YouTube that, on Facebook, that, man, I've gotten at least maybe $500 in tips since I worked last year. I've gotten a $100 tip. I've had two $50 tips. I had about 4 or 5 $40 tips. 20 here, some 10s, some 5s, and some 1s. I just haven't received change yet. And the thing about it is, like I tell people, it's the millionaires that rarely tip you, but the millionaires usually have the big rides. So when you go inside, you know, when you go inside, you get to check out what you get as far as your gratuity, because they got to pay the gratuity up front. And I was like, oh, you pay gratuity, you know, you got your gratuity. I said, yes. But sometimes they'll still get out. If you give them a really good ride, good conversation, or leave them alone, sometimes they just want to be left alone. Let them play on their phone or computer, whatever. Leave them alone. They give you a tip, even a $10 tip. I mean, if I got a ride and I got like a $35 tip or a gratuity, the extra $10 is cool. I mean, but the gratuity is part of your paycheck, whereas, of course, the tip outside of the gratuity is your money. The other money is money for you to pay bills. I mean, so yeah. So sometimes I get a nice tip. I get a 20. I'm like, myself, thank you for dinner. I'm about to go and spend that. How is your boy? Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, get out here and try it, man. If you ain't doing nothing, I mean, I'm retired. But people like, are you retired? You still working, bruh? I can say, out of my department alone, we had guys that was working jobs, other jobs, while they was even working. Much less if they retire, I know they're going to be working. Because some people just don't want to be sitting at home. You know what I mean? Nobody want to be sitting at home. You ain't got nothing to do now. I do have something to do. I have a recording studio. I can sit there I'm able to put out 11 albums while I'm working for 35 plus years with SEPTA. I can definitely put out albums and work in this job part-time. I was working for the school district to some crazy black chick, you know, jam me up. But for the most part, I can't make so much money anyway because my Social Security will kick my Social Security in the back. So only way I'm gonna try to make something more than my Social Security if I know it's gonna be long term. I'm gonna sign a contract for like a year or something like that. I'm not gonna get a job and say, okay, we'll pay you $50,000-$60,000 a year, which that's still I get paid $24,000, well, $25,000, maybe $26,000 a year. So maybe I get $26,000 a year for Social Security. That's like 21 times 12. All right, so that'd be like 21 times 12. That's like 40, right? 2 times 2, 40. All right, maybe $40,000 a year for Social Security. Is that right? No, that ain't right. Shoot, 12. All right, let's make it 20. So 20 times 12 is still 30 something. Nevertheless, if I'm making $50,000, but I'm only getting $30,000 at the tax, it's only $30,000. I got to at least be making $75,000 a year for me to come off of Social Security and get the same amount of money. And my man T-Dog ain't taxing anymore. So, hey, I'm cool. You know, I'm cool on the chill pill, you know, getting this Social Security now for some reason, not having willing, or something happened with Social Security for some reason, you know, within my lifetime, then it is what it is. But, you know, for me, it'd just be a matter of just scaling down, right? Instead of living in a $2,300 apartment, you know, and driving a friggin' BMW 2023. You know what I mean? I got the 22 as a 23. It's only 25. A year and a half old. It's kind of weird because I bought this November of 2022. That's right. My 3 years is this year. So, yeah. I'm thinking about keeping it though. I'm gonna keep it probably an additional year if I'm able to. Keep it one more additional year and then jump into something else because everybody loves this car. I mean, everybody who sees this car, like, I never saw a car like that before. And that's what I do. Y'all know me. I don't like wearing fragrances like anybody else. I don't like driving what everybody else drive. And I'm dang sure. Some people be doing some crazy stuff, man, just to make themselves look important. I don't mind driving a good car. I'm not buying no crazy behind car. Just this old guy. I don't want to talk about it. But I saw somebody buying a car that's like outrageously just a money trap, and people just trying to do too much. Just relax, yo. I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, if it's a good quality car and you want to pay $100,000 for it and you can make the payments, that's fine. Go ahead and do your thing. But I've seen people buying freaking cars, you know, like freaking Bentleys, 2009 Bentleys and whatsoever. Do you know what the maintenance is on a Bentley? Do you know just the brakes on a Bentley alone And you can't take, I mean, even if you take it to one of them side shops, which I know one up in Norristown, actually not really Norristown, really Conshohocken in a sense. I went in there to get my brakes done. I said, I need brakes all the way around. $2,100. Which is probably a little bit less. I mean, that's labor and everything. It's probably a little bit less than if I got a BMW. But I went back. I had to scrape up some money off a Discover card, so I can get $900. That I still had time to buy the policy to get my brakes done for the old 3 years of the car. Now, the thing about BMW, back to cars real quick, is that back in the day, you never had to worry about your brakes running out. Never. Ever. But when I got my last whip, the X3, man, them brakes was done in 20,000. And I was riding a lot. But it still wasn't like, yo, I was just a little bit over 30,000. I shouldn't even had. It's just too much. Whereas all my cars before, they was heavy hitting cars. They was fast. They was quick. I never ran out of brakes on the lease. Never. And it was like that. They started doing that, like that Benz thing, I think. It's just start putting cheaper brakes on the car so they can get you back in there to buy brakes. Or it just make you buy the brake and tire, the brake package, which I ended up having to do for $900. Good thing I was able to still buy that, even though I was in the car. They still allowed me to buy that package. Other than that, man, I don't know. I'd probably be walking right now. $2,100 for brakes? And that was from a side shop? I've been driving them brakes down. And the rotors, too. That's right, because they replaced the rotors, too. So it's brakes and rotors. So, yeah, that's crazy, man. So, yeah. But I see people buying Bentleys and all this crazy stuff, man. Bentley's old as crap. They just don't know. When something go wrong with that Bentley, I had a couple other friends, man. They would buy these high-end cars just trying to keep up. They bought the cars, all these fault lights and all that stuff on them. Fault lights all over that joint. Called the Benz Christmas tree. Because Benz is notorious for having Christmas lights. That's because people that want to get the car fixed is too expensive. And I know somebody who bought a car full of freaking Christmas tree lights. Full of them. And then end up having that joint in the shop for like 6 months. Riding around another car. And it wasn't a Beamer, a Benz, because they didn't take it back to a Benz shop. They bought it to a side shop that they bought the car from, and the guy had to fix it, and it took him 6 months to fix that car with all them lights. That's ridiculous. Look, it ain't worth it. Look, I like Beamers. I got to do what I got to do. If it comes, I know one day it might come to the point that I can't drive a Beamer. I got that. One day it's going to come to a point that I'm just not going to be driving the Beamer anymore, and I might have to go down to something else I might not like, which will either be a Toyota, if I got to go underneath the level, or something like that. Something I can afford. But, yeah, man, these cats be buying these high-end cars, man, and then they be going out on them, and all of a sudden they catch an Uber because they bought this high-end car and can't afford the maintenance on it. And you can't buy a maintenance package. You can't buy. You can't. You just can't buy a maintenance package for a high-end car above $100,000. You can't buy a maintenance package for a used Lamborghini. They wouldn't even sell you one because you wouldn't be able to afford it anyway. It'd be like $900 a month to service a Lamborghini, and you buying a package, and you need an oil change and all this stuff. Man, shoot. People be trying to do too much, man. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. If you got gap like that, then don't buy a high-end Beamer or a Benz or something that, that's cool, that's reliable. Don't go out and buy no friggin' 2009 Bentley with, hey, you have 50,000 miles on it. Maybe the person never even drove it that much. Maybe they didn't even drive it that much. And you buying it privately. You still got to do the maintenance eventually. So now you got to take money out your check or somewhere and put on the side and be ready for this day that you got to get that car fixed or get that car serviced. And you're going to be riding Uber back and forth. We got to get a rental car. Now you're losing more money anyway. So now you got to do Uber. You got to pay money while your car's in the shop. If it's not an accident or something like that, some people take their car and go burn it somewhere probably. I don't know. People do, crooked stuff, especially them D people. They take the car and go burn it up, have somebody dump the car and burn it up. Which if you find out that that's what happened, then you're still going to be responsible because they're going to know that you got somebody to burn the car. But black folks got to stop doing too much. Do what you can. I'm down with the fact that maybe one day, like I said, at the end of my lease, I might not be able to afford to get a Beamer anymore. I would like to be more comfortable. I mean, I bought this car and I got my apartment when I was making $110,000 a year. I'm not making that now. I mean, after taxes, I'm close to making that. You know, because I was making $100,000 a year, they was taking out freaking $23,000 in taxes. They brought it to 80, and then even after the 80, I still have FICA and all that stuff coming out. So just like my friend told me, she was like, well, no. She said, you'll probably be getting the same amount of money as you was making $100,000 as you would if you got a decent pension, which our pension is just decent at best. That you'll still be making the same amount of money you actually would be making if you was working at the job, which is pretty much on this scale true. Because the thing about me making $110, or the most I ever made $105,000, was the fact that I was doing overtime. I worked 7 days a week to get $100,000, doubles and all that stuff, hustling, making $1,300 a week. But then after taxes pop it, but the only good thing about that is, you know, then I get like maybe $5,000-$6,000 back on income tax return because they took so much in taxes, so I can get that back. But that still ain't the same. Whereas when I file taxes now, I don't have that big taxable income, you know, and I got to pay my taxes on this job because they don't take out enough because I'm working part-time, you know, stuff like that. So bringing that all back into perspective, really, I can really afford to have this car. And you got to remember, for me, I got a high car note. 2 reasons. I had to turn in my other car instead of 3 years. I had to turn it in after 2 years because I overdid the miles. So I had to eat a whole year of that car. This car has more insurance on it because it's a speed car. So my insurance is higher on this car. I was paying like $1.90, now I'm paying $2.40. I mean, with my renter's insurance, $2.40. That went up $70 because of my insurance. So a lot of things changed when I left the job, but it seems as though my income is really almost the same after taxes. If I sat down and said, okay, I made $105,000 a year, I found that last stub that I made $105,000 a year. Then I minus the taxes taken out, the FICA, all that stuff that rarely, not all that's not being taken out now. And then once I put all that together, then I come up with the number probably close to what I'm getting now without having to work 7 days a week, right? And then you still say, why are you still working? Because, I mean, even though I stopped working, I started getting other things. I started getting the modeling, the acting. I needed more studio equipment. I need stuff, you know, so I can be broke, but I got a lot of assets that I can sell, right? You know, I'm wearing like, you know, $1,300 shoes and all that stuff. And I wear that because that's part of my persona. It gets me to know people who know I'm serious. I can't go out looking like a bum and I'm hustling for an acting job. I'm hustling for a modeling job. I'm hustling, you know, I need you to buy some music. You know, I'm recording all this stuff. You got to look the part. It is what it is. You got to look the part. And that's something I want to do. I want to look the part. And nobody complain about what I wear. Women don't complain what I wear when I go out with them. I ain't looking like the bum people they usually go out with, dudes who like they can't coordinate a freaking pair of jeans and a shirt. You know what I'm saying? So everybody know I do this, you know, and I do this. Like, this is just regular for me. I wore this suit to the Grammys. Only suit I have. It ain't really a suit. It's just the pants are one color. This is one color. I bought this in 2016 to go to the Grammys in New York. And I'm still wearing it to this day. I don't have suits. But I got $1,000 sweatsuits, $1,000 jean jackets. I got all that stuff. I got all that. Casablanca, you name it, Palm Angels, Helmet Lang. I got all that stuff. I don't care about suits. If I really need a suit, I'll just go rent a suit and take it right back because I'm not a suit dude. So it's just how you decide you want to live the rest of your life when you retire. Now, hopefully I don't have to go back to work full time, but I was just trying to supplement the income that I have now to go over top of what I'm entitled to. I'm retired. I'm entitled to retire. Got that. I'm entitled to get Social Security because I am retired. And so on and so forth. Oh, I got to pick up somebody from the airport tomorrow. I forgot all about that. Got to jump on that. Yeah, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, you know, that's the life. That's my life. But I ain't barking. You know, when I'm down, I need a couple $100 and I got to borrow it and whatever. I ain't got no problem with that. That don't even bother me. So if I really need it, I can just take a guitar and sell it. I can take one of my watches and sell them. I mean, look, The same way you bought the money, the same way you spent money, sometimes you gotta give it back. I had to sell a pair of freaking some of my Levons, my $1,000 Levons I got for $500. I'm selling them for $4. You know what I mean? And everybody know about Levon skateboard sneaks. Mine is green with the translucent green sole. Them joints worth more than that because they're rare. It's a rare joint. It's a rare what they call a color set. So can't even find those sneaks. I got a dude trying to sell his joint for $1,500. Bro, you don't get no $1,500. Yeah, but they got them on what's called the real for $1,500. I got you, but ain't nobody gonna give you no $1,500 for them sneaks. I don't care whether they're rare or not. So I got some sneaks that worth. I got a pair of Armani boots. I got them bad boys on sale from Neiman's a long time ago. I spent $7. And I got them half price. So they was regularly $14 and tore my feet up wearing them because I was trying to stretch them. Even the shoe shop couldn't even stretch them. I got to stretch them today. I'm going to wear them and wear them out. But nevertheless, tore my toes up. I got hammer toes now. But them Jones went from $1,400 to $1,800 now. So it's like the investment in clothes. Sometimes you get the right clothing and you pay the right price. You get a good deal. Man, you can get your money back. You know what I mean? Like I say, I got a $1,000 Casablanca sweatsuit. All right. No, I take that joint to a reputable shop or I'll send it out to Farfetch. I had them come pick up my high-end stuff, you know, and get that. I wouldn't take it to no Second Street. Second Street will rob you and rob you blind. I done went through that a couple of times. I had to do what I had to do. But when you invest in clothing, studio equipment, because technology is just so, you can do everything on the computer now. Ain't nobody spending no $1,000 on a freaking 500 series mic pre. They ain't gonna do it. You know, it is what it is. But I already had, so I got that. So, you know, again, when you retire, and this is for people who are going to retire, and when you retire, you got decent health, you're holding on, got your little side hustle. Like I said, I got 4 or 5 people retired, still working from the yard. I mean, Petey working at Larry working at the airport, Petey working at the airport, Cole working at the airport. Another homie, well, he actually got fired. But he retired, fired. And he's driving a shuttle around Linwood Gardens. Both of them homies, both of them. Same situation. They both unfortunately lost their job and whatever. And they driving around shuttles at Linwood Garden in Shonham. So don't ever think. People walk around, oh man, you still working? And you retired? Yeah, man, shoot. What you just wanted to oh man, I like nice things, man. I like nice things. And I don't wear nice things to brag. Everything I buy has a purpose. My clothing has a purpose. My car, the way I carry myself has a purpose. Not for the haters out there who just hating on me. I got that. I don't care about them people. Them people mean nothing to me. Again, Cat Williams, the more haters you have, the better. The more people look at my videos, the more people support me on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, the better. I like that. I don't want to be responsible for 10,000 subscribers I got to bail down to every 5 minutes. I got 5,000 friends on Facebook. I can put another 5,000 friends on my Hollow Media Group channel. They requesting friends all the time. I'm like, man, I don't need all that. I don't need all that attention. I don't want to have friends that have friends. A lot of people want to be my friend because they know I'm a Grammy member and I do what I do. So that's why they want to be my friend. But I can tell real friends who really want to get with me as opposed to like, all right, I'm trying to, get to know this cat. Because he might be able to put me in position. And I've done that. Whether it's fragrances, I put people in position. Got people hooked in fragrances, fine fragrances, not that garbage. I got people in the niche fragrances. Yeah. Ask around. I got the receipts. How many people I got on this YouTube page right now looking at me? 1. You know why? That's just the way it is. But do I care? Not really. I'm just doing a video live because, first of all, I don't want to store all this stuff on my phone. That takes up phone space. So that's why I do a lot of live videos because I just don't want to I don't want to be recording it. And I definitely ain't doing no editing. I used to do that, man. I ain't doing no editing and all that stuff. That's stupid. I ain't trying to get no TV show. I don't need that. There's the people who need that. I don't need that. See what I'm saying? So my life is very somewhat complex for people who don't understand what I do, how I do, the things I'm associated with, the people I'm associated with, and the people I got irons in the fire, I got to look out for. You know what I mean? And also they look out for me. You know, but I'm saying in overall scope of things, when it comes to retiring, if you want to get on a side hustle, yeah, I do this. All right, cool. I'll come out here work today and that bill. Got to pay one of my $100 Neiman's and Saks, whatever bills I got to pay a month. And I ain't got to really work hard to stay safe out here with these crazy people out here that got their jab in their arm, driving like they're crazy because they mitochondria and they drinking RMA and the DNA is jacked up. They're out here fighting and driving like they're crazy, and people think that's just people acting weird. Nah, man, a lot of people's got that jab, and now it's affecting their body. So you know they don't have a temperament anymore, and that was a whole psyop to just mess up a whole culture of people with something to stick in their arm, telling they're heroes, and now they're victims, and then they're trying to sue because that jab is basically knocking people out the box like a mug. All kinds of ailments. So, look, it is what it is. Life is what it is. Do what you gotta do. Stay relevant. Be happy with yourself. Be confident. Don't be a one-trick pony. Do all you got to do because you only hear one time. Put it in, and your next wrong, whole different story. You gotta deal with that too. So try to be as righteous as you can. I hear cussing and fussing, all that stuff, and then go to church the next day. I like you ain't cussing fuss yesterday. Or was twerking on Instagram and tripping out and tricking dudes. Nah. Yeah, I can smell that. I can smell them fakers. I hear faking the game, faking the funk, wearing crosses, and I hear acting a fool. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. But now I'm about to end of the gig. Let y'all take a look at how I come into the gig. I'm at the gig now, coming in. That's the base. That's the big office. And hey, people got the cars out here. I can kind of tell who's here and who's not here. But this is the base. I got to look and find my car. Oh, damn, I forgot to look at my car. Hold on. I got to see what my car is. Stand by. Got to find my... Okay, I'm back. I'm driving a Volvo 77 today. Usually I'm in the big boys, but I'm not picking up a lot of passengers today. So if I had to pick up like 4 or 5 people, I might be grabbing one of them dips right there. You know what I mean? I'm starting to get used to, big trucks, man. I'm not a truck guy. I drive a sports car. I'm not really a truck guy, but I've been working for almost a year here now, so I'm used to these Johns. I don't drive limos because I don't have a CDL. And this is probably my car right here. This is the Volvo with the low-profile tires. I don't do the buses. I don't do them. And here's my car right here. Look at that. 77 waiting for pop. So we're going to load that up and get that ready. I'll park this parking spot. I'm going to park my car right here. And then my car is right there. So I'll take all my stuff out of here. My cooler, all my stuff, coffee, my holder. And I'll take that out. I'm just going to put this on park. I'll take that out and then once I get the key to my Volvo for the day, it's my Volvo for the day. Got little scratches on it, but I've had 77 before. 77 is a good car. It's a good car. I mean, I also drive these two. These are other cars. So you get the Volvos, you get the Escalades, and then you get the Nautises. And these are the new Nautises. These are the Nautises right here. They got the Jones hybrid dips. So yeah, so they washing this joint up, scrubbing it down. They take this machine and just running around the joint out here. They just run the washing machine thing around it. See, it's soapy now. See. And that's how they clean this joint. What's up, bro? Chilling. What's up, guys? Man, they taking care of the vehicles. So I'm gonna go to my rack. Number 77, that's my key. Holla at your boy. Grab that. Go in here. Stand by. This is our lounge. My picture should be up on that wall. Come in here. I need some creamer whatsoever, zero sugar. Maybe I get some coffee mate. I think I just want to get me some coconut milk or whatever from there on. I usually use the restroom before I go, but since I'm leaving so early, I like to get where I gotta get early. I come in early so I can be done. And I can be at the place I need to be early. Pause as I do what I got to do real quick. I'm sorry. Even when I don't have the PP, I'll PP anyway before I leave. Because you know I'm leaving really early. I might go to King and Prussia Mall and just sit in there for a while before I head out to Collegeville, because not too far from Collegeville. And just go and chill. That's all mine leaving early. I can go and post up. So the whole thing is to be there 15 minutes before the time that your client's going to get picked up, and I'm always on time, early. They never got to worry about me being late, and I leave early just in case there might be traffic jams. You never know. I'd be a traffic jam here or there. I leave early, brah. So I got my keys, got my little sanitizers for myself, not even for the clients, because they don't need sanitizers. But they might need one, so I might give them one sanitizer hand, just officers. I'll go back there. Then we had the dispatchers. I'm gonna let y'all see the dispatchers. Don't say nothing. They don't know what's going on. A couple of them get on my nerves. They're like they freaking run the place. Like y'all are booty compared to SEPTA dispatchers. I was coming in anyway. Shh, don't say nothing.
Why is she not giving it till 12:30?
I don't like you tracking nobody, bro. I look like you over here having fun, man, playing video games, bro. That's my man. Yeah, so. Yeah. Cool, y'all.
Can we verify that she got home at 4 o'clock in the morning? Was it arguing that she got home at 4 o'clock in the morning? And we didn't take, and if we did, why the fuck did we not take the strip off?
Oh, somebody messing up, and it ain't me. Because I don't mess up. I am the epitome of an executive chauffeur. I don't have to pick up my client at 1:45. I'm already here. Take me an hour to get to Collegeville. I'll be at that joint at 12:30. Chilling. Until he get there. I ain't got no problem waiting. I mean, so let's go to my car. Yeah. Making Grammy albums to executive chauffeur. How about your boy? Man, I nicked my doggone shoe after I cleaned my Manyanis, man. These cats out here wearing freaking Timberland boots. I'm out here wearing $500 Manyanis. Bro, that's how I do. That's how I get them tips. Beep, beep. Make sure she's clean. Back this seat up. I gotta put my stuff in here. Back up. Nah, man, it's doing like it needs some vacuuming out, dog. I'll back it up. So I can have room to put my stuff in here. Bag it up. All right, okay. My stuff up there. Somebody didn't vacuum that out, but they don't vacuum like they should. Keep the door open. Let me go get my stuff out my car. What I need for the day. I don't need an umbrella. Like a pretty nice day. I would have liked this day yesterday. So man, he getting ready. He stay in the truck. He stay big jobs, man. I don't really big jobs okay. Could you get to go? You drop people off at a wedding or something like that, and then you just sitting for the rest of the day until they get done the wedding. And see, he walking around with his shirt out. Man, crazy. I would never walk around with my shirt out like that. I don't care if I'm just being leisure. I'm gonna walk around with my shirt out like that. But some cats do. They don't respect the game. They don't respect the player game, player. I get my stuff out. I got my charger, my bag, all my personal items. I put them in the car as well. See, I wouldn't want to drive anything that long. As long as a bus I used to drive. And the reason I started driving buses because I ain't want to drive buses. So I want to come here and drive a bus or a limo. Don't make no sense. So that. Okay. That cup is trash. I take these extra napkins. I gotta put the gun in there. Can't take the gun with you, especially over to Jersey. Definitely can't take the gun to Jersey. So we have to leave that. Go ahead to leave the equalizer here in the car. Let me grab that out. This is mine. I'm licensed to carry, but I ain't gonna just brand it out so you can see it. So we're gonna go and throw this in the pocket. Yeah, that's how we do. All right, and that's it. We're gonna go and park this now. Gotta keep my pocket. Let's park this up. Got my waters. I got everything I need in the car. In my cooler. That's why I carry a cooler with me. Now we're gonna parky. They're gonna keep not showing. We're gonna park the speeder. Volvos are fast too though. Freaking Volvos are quick. I didn't know how fast them Volvos were. Shoot. Put the pedal to the metal. You be like, yeah, what? That's all you got, player? You got more foot? That's the only foot you got. That's all the size 12 you got? Bruh, you got to bring it. Yeah, man. All right, so I got everything I need out of here. Yes, got my headphones. You need your headphones. Hook up in two. Your navigator, which is your phone. Or I can navigate through the car. All depends. I usually run both of them. Like when I was going out to Washington Airport, I was taking this client out to the airport in Baltimore. Like it gave me two different ways to go. So, and I think I had a Nautilus, or either I had the big boy over there. I don't think I had the Volvo. I think I had the Escalade, and I used that one, and then I had the navigation on my phone. Now they work the same. In the Nautilus, is the car cut off? Okay. One time my car was so quiet, I left it on for a whole hour while I was eating in first watch. I came out, the car was still on because I couldn't tell it wasn't off. It's so quiet. All right. So now we're gonna get it ready. Still nobody vacuumed this one out. I don't cry. I'm not a crybaby. Look at me. Oh, I got the car. I want to vacuum. Yeah, whatever. Nice size trunk. This trunk is crazy. I mean, this trunk is look at all that trunk. You're gonna put my car in the back of this doggone trunk. It's crazy. Check this side. Make sure it's clean. I'll also make my clients, get my car. We ain't gonna handle a dirty car. Got the hand sanitizers back here. They want to sanitize their hands. We got wipes. All good. Got the air conditioner all set. Bam. So let's get in the whip and get ready to dip. I got to check in with my app to say, yes, I have this car. See, now I got the joint here. I can use this to plug in where I'm going, or I can use my phone. Or both. All depends. I gotta sit this seat down. See a little up in the butt. Start it up. All you do is put your foot on the whatchamacallit and just turn this. Boom, and it's lit. And it's litty. It's litty gritty. All right, we got that. So then we got our power. Put my power cable in. And set up my holder. Squeeze that up in here. I like this. Got the best holder system for me and power system. I just like it better now, like the other ones, because it kind of fits right there. It's right on the point. So now I gotta buy yourself a holder. Now, a lot of them cats, they like putting their holders up in the window. I don't want to be tapping a window when I need it, but I get in a lot of trouble putting my holder here because he act like I'm on the phone. I'm looking up where I got to go. We got you on the phone. You got to pull over every time you want to use your phone. Okay, you know, I'm going to start doing it. I'm going to start pulling over every time I got to use the phone for something like, oh, I can't get into the app to do something. I'm going to pull over. Why you pull over? Because you said every time I got to use the phone to do something, I got to pull over. Because the reality of it is sometimes you'll lose contact with what you're doing. So once you lose contact with your spotter, because it's got an app on here that knows everywhere we go. It's got to track us. They got to know where we are. So we running late. He was like, well, why are you still here? Like one time I was going out to Newark and do something. Well, why are you going there? Why are you taking Route 1? That's the way the navigation took me. Yeah, but sometimes you got to learn. I can't stand that dude. Sometimes you got to learn another way and all this stuff. No, I'm going the way navigation says. Navigation says that's the easiest way to go. I'm going that way. Hold on. I got to check in this car. Hold tight. I'll be right back. Bars. Come on. Back. But yeah, I can do that. I'm sharing with my audience. All right, so I'm good. You ready to preach up my car? I got plenty of time. I don't have to be where I got to be till freaking 1:45. I'm 2 hours to the good. I'm gonna take me an hour to get there. I'm still gonna have an hour to play around. Like I said, I like to get where I got to get to going, so I ain't got no problem. They ain't hunting me down. Where you at? I'm here for you. You heard her in there cussing. Talking about, yeah, she got in at 4 o'clock and whatsoever, and she want to know, why she 4 o'clock? That's too bad, because as long as the company didn't keep her, and got her to get in the house at 8 o'clock, and she was just out drinking. If you try to like, yo, I can't come in today because I was, blah blah blah. They want to know why. And outside of being sick, and one you sometimes to show a note. Oh, you sick? Oh shoot. And I'm gonna use my own. I'm gonna do my coffee. I got me some coconut sugar from Ross. So I'm gonna put some of this in my coffee now and get my coffee set up for the rest of the day. Like I said, I gotta stop drinking them watchcalls, man. Dang, I like them things, man. Them things are really doggone good. A lot of you would have said y'all love creamers and y'all love coffee. Y'all love the wrong thing. I ain't got a bit of sense. I love lamp. I love car tires. I love, man, y'all just disrespecting the word love with your crazy selves. Yeah, I said it. So I put some coconut honey in there and coconut sugar, put a little honey in there. That's all I need now. And I was thinking that sweeten up. I got my chips and my for the night. Let me show you what I'm talking about. That. Because again, I'm already here. I got plenty of time to hit en route. En route, me on my way there. So these are creamers, man. Man, I've been tearing these up, but they're non-dairy, so that's what I was eating. Then to come to find out they got casein, some sodium caesium in them, so they're not the healthiest option. So now I got to start finding me a container, and keep my own creamer in my coffee. But today will be the last day, and then tomorrow we'll be switching back over to more healthy options. Okay. Let me just put a little bit of this sugar in there. That's enough sugar. We gotta stop. We not like the sugar though. No, it's organic sugar. Just think about it. This Echo Stick Organic Raws. Raw sugar is organic. Make sure I'm nice and clean. Do not pull up to a client house. I'm always clean. They probably not seen other drivers like that. That guy was a freaking bum compared to this guy. That's right. Because I'm always clean. Now I can't really talk to y'all while I'm driving, because they'll turn on their little camera there and then harass me for 2 weeks. Oh, you was talking on the phone, and you can't talk on the phone because and the insurance company, and the insurance company, and the insurance, they blame everything on the insurance company. Now y'all just trying to be little dictators in this joint. Everybody want to be a chief, and nobody wants to be an Indian. Everybody want to be a dictator. Be a dictator. Oh, you ain't do this, you ain't do that. But let me ask you a question. Since I've been working here, have you had any complaints from any passengers, from any clients? Now I'm not even driving for this company today. They're using me as I'm driving for another company, and I drive for the big companies. Like today I'm driving for Elite today. Sometimes I'll drive. They subcontract me out to Elite, bada bing, bada boom. And the main thing is, first of all, I can't really work in the city, which I don't want to work in the city because I don't have my card to work the city. I got a temporary card, which is up in July 1st. So that's my temporary card, so I can drive around the city. I don't want to be driving around Philly like that. I'd rather not have my card, and I can stay out doing these jobs. I can be driving to Baltimore. I've driven to Dover, Delaware, and picked somebody up, and then took them to. I drove all the way to Dover, Delaware, and picked somebody up and took them to. I'll put it over here. All the way to Dover, Delaware, to pick somebody up to take them all the way to to Newark Airport. Yep, all the way to Newark Airport. Dropped them off. That's a big ride. I picked up Tyrese Maxey from his crib and took him to the airport. Him, his girlfriend, and I picked up millionaires. So I got my $100 tip from this millionaire who had his own plane. As you see, last week I picked somebody up from Atlantic Aviation at the plane and took them home in Gladwin. Rich guys, millionaires, just got finished killing elks and deers somewhere. Good thing we had the Escalade because none of that stuff wouldn't even fit unless it was an Escalade. This guy had big money and gave me a $40 tip. $40. Yeah, so yeah, man, it's a cool thing, man. You just gotta be careful out here with all these people who took that thing in their arm. They are just crazy. They don't have no perception of life anymore. It's just, everybody's been affected by that jab, man. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, but everybody's been affected by that thing, man. And that thing is dangerous. That thing is causing people, because they thought they were going to work and get them elected again, because people are just going to be mindless because of that shot. I don't care what you say. Truth is truth. Going to be mindless of that shot, and that shot messing up they thinking. They can't even think right. They in the street always trying to cause chaos. That shot does nothing but make you chaotic. That's what that shot is, the chaotic shot. All right, so now we're going to end this video. I got to pay attention to this. I can't be talking on the phone, can't be doing this, can't be doing that. And is what it is. I'm ready to bounce, be on my way. The life of executive chauffeur. Get ready to go pick somebody up, take them to Newark Airport, then pick somebody to Newark Airport, bring them back. I'm done for the day. Probably go out here, maybe have one glass of wine. I got to cut back on the wine too to make my cholesterol go up a little bit. So on and so forth. You know what I mean? Trying to holler, trying to be careful. So now I am en route, and I'm out. Talk to y'all later. Executive chauffeur. Time to pick up a millionaire or two.